Jasmine. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
So we'll just wait for a couple of more people, yeah? And then we can start the book club.
Jasmine.
Well, is it live on YouTube?
Yes,
Hi,
it is
can you
currently
hear
live.
me? Hello.
Yes, it is currently live on YouTube.
Well, is it live on YouTube?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I can see myself on YouTube.
All right, let me double check it. Supposedly it's on now.
Okay, let's give it like 4 more minutes. So at 5:15, I'm in Jakarta, so 4:15 we can go live. We can start. Okay, so hi everybody, good afternoon. Thank you so much for signing up and participating for our very first live stream book club. We were so excited to actually start this book club because, I've always wanted a real book club conversation or book club group discussion more than just having the podcast, but because the podcast was quite successful in terms of it being interesting enough for people outside of Instagram, when we interacted with people on our first reading corner, our first offline activation, and people were quite enthusiastic about this whole shelf therapy book club. So I'm really glad that you're all here today with me to discuss our first book pick, our first monthly book pick, which is A Monk's Guide to a Clean House and Mind by Shoukei Matsumoto. And I actually had the honor and pleasure to interview him for one of our book club podcast episodes. And so, yeah, so thank you so much. Let me introduce myself. My name is Laksmi Denis Swardana. I am the host and also sort of the co-founder of Shelf Therapy Book Club. I started a book club with the Ubud Writers and Readers Festival already 4 years ago now, when we first started doing a book club live on Instagram during the COVID pandemic. So I had this whole idea to do the book club live on Instagram, and the festival said yes and was happy for me to do it. And I did it for a couple of months before I got a little bit busy with my career. But we've always wanted to bring back a book club platform for the festival, and finally we created Shelf Therapy. We created this platform online. We have visions for it being more than just a book club, by having a book club podcast, having events in real life, and also book club gatherings like what we're having today. So anyway, before we dive into the book that we're talking about today, I would just like to break the ice a little bit and get to know all of you better. Please don't be shy by showing your lovely faces, and I would like for everyone to please write down their names on the chat, and maybe write a fun fact about yourself. You can write also, because we're talking about this book about cleaning, essentially, I would like to know maybe your favorite cleaning ritual or a mindful habit that you would like to share with all of us here today at this book club. And if anyone wants to say hello, please say hello. Hi. I see you all typing in the group chat. Hi Nadia, hi Leah. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, guys, let's get to know each other, and shortly we can talk about the book. Veronica, hi Veronica. She's a cat lover and she likes to wash dishes, and actually it's your kind of therapy. That's so interesting. Let's talk more about therapy and cleaning soon. Okay, so please go ahead, everyone, and write your names, introduce yourselves to each other, and write a fun fact about you and your favorite cleaning or mindful habit. All right, so let's just dive into the book while all of you write in the chat, or if you'd like to say something, just raise your hand up here. I think you can raise your hand up on Zoom here. Anyway, all right, so our book today is this one right here, A Monk's Guide to a Clean House and Mind by Shoukei Matsumoto. So Shoukei is a Buddhist monk, and this book offers practical wisdom on how the act of cleaning can actually cultivate mindfulness and inner peace. He draws a lot of attention on Zen Buddhist principles and his monastic traditions in his temple, and he shares simple, actionable cleaning practices here that really aligns with your own spiritual growth and how you can use that as a form of meditation as well. So if you go through the book, he talks a lot about dusting and polishing and what kind of tools he uses in his daily cleaning rituals in his temple in Kyoto, but also how those little things that he does daily for cleaning can be in a way of giving gratitude, setting intention. So it's a really interesting, easy read for me. And I think even though it's an easy read, it's a simple book and he offers simple practices, it's quite hard for us to implement. That's where the challenge comes in, for me at least, in this day and age where we're all so busy. How can we make our lives more simple and implement these things that are simple, but we have to do it consistently? I think doing things consistently is the challenge here. So yeah, I think this book can definitely help improve your life, make your lives easier, and even make you a better person. So through this guide, readers, can discover how caring for their environment, how we can care for our nature is also nurturing ourselves, our mind, and our spirit. So it's a very interesting book, and also a fun fact for all of you. I don't know if this was mentioned in the podcast or if you've seen the podcast. Please let me know if you've seen the podcast and what you think about it. But Shoukei Matsumoto invites people to clean at his temple in Tokyo. I believe it's one of the weekdays, maybe on Wednesday at 8 a.m. You can come to his temple in Tokyo and join him to clean. And I thought that was an interesting activity offered by Shoke. And actually, during the festival last year, he invited people to join him to clean the festival venue. And that was quite special because more than just a form of meditation, it was also a way to respect the environment. And I also spoke to him about the Balinese philosophy, Trihita Karana, our relationship with people, our relationship with our environment, and our relationship with ourselves. And I think how that principle ties into his principles and his belief about cleaning that is connected or interconnected with mindfulness. There are, again, I would say around 4 key themes that are discussed in this book. Number one, it's mindfulness. He frames cleaning as a form of a mindful practice by focusing entirely on the present moment during household tasks. We calm the mind, cultivate awareness, and reduce stress. Cleaning really becomes an act of meditation, and it brings clarity and a sense of calm. The second key theme for me would be simplicity. This book encourages simplicity, not just in material possession, but in daily actions. Practicing minimalism and reducing clutter helps to create environments that foster tranquility and balance, simplifying spaces that leads to more simplicity throughout our lives. And then the third one would probably be the spiritual benefits of cleaning. Cleaning is presented as a spiritual discipline and ritual in this book. He explains that through, physical labor like cleaning, we develop gratitude, humility, and a deeper connection to the world. The process of tidying mirrors, for example, is a way that it purifies your soul, because when you clean a mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. So yeah, it makes a cleaning an act of devotion and reverence for your life. The last key theme I would say is cleanliness and in relation to peace of mind. The book illustrates how a clean space influences mental clarity, and Matsumoto shows that physical tidiness creates emotional stability, and mental order. So in the book, Matsumoto said that we all should try to clean every morning when we wake up or every night before we go to sleep. That's because we want to make sure that before we go to bed, we have a clean environment and space so that the next day when we wake up, our minds are not cluttered by our messy environment. And the same in the morning, when we start our day, we put our mind in order when we tidy up our space and put things into its own place. And I think that's quite a beautiful ritual to implement in your daily lives or daily practice, because when you do things physically, you're physically acting on the meditation, like you're actually physically tidying up your book, you're putting things away, you're also sort of relaxing or putting your mind together to prepare yourself for that day. And I thought that was such a good thing. And then it made me think about how it relates to the Balinese tradition, where back then when I was growing up in Bali, in Ubud, the older people would wake up in the morning, and one of the first things that they would do is sweep the floor. So they would nyapu pagi-pagi. And actually, growing up in SD, in primary school, I also had a similar experience, a similar activity. When we would arrive at school, the first thing we had to do was sweep and tidy up the school. And so we had to bring our sapu, our brooms, and do that. So I think that was quite a nice preparation for adulthood, and just preparation for a busy day at school, and to get yourself moving, to maybe chat a little bit with your friends, and just to ensure that you have a clear and clean environment, which is so important for not just productivity, but our quality of life. And so that's my hopefully brief but sufficient enough summary of the book, and the key themes that I highlighted, and some opinions I have about the book, and some ideas that came to my mind when reading the book. And now I would like to perhaps have a live discussion with you guys about what you think. Or perhaps I also would like to know why you decided to participate or join this book club today. Have you guys read the book? Hi.
Hi, I'm Leah.
Hi,
Hello,
Leah.
everyone. I'm working at school. I'm a school librarian.
Okay.
So when I see your Instagram, so
Mm-hmm.
I started to want to know what the book club look like, and I want also implement it here at school. So
Right.
I'm sorry if there is a ringing bell. It's time to go home.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
By
By
the
the way,
way,
sorry, just to
yeah,
interrupt you
yeah,
quickly. So as you all know, I probably speak too much in English, but if you would like to speak in Bahasa Indonesia, you're so welcome to. I will
yeah,
try to speak more in Bahasa, but it's just easier for me to explain. Anyway, please
yeah,
go ahead, Leah. Thank you for joining us.
yeah. So why I joined this book clubs? Because I want to get more inspiration to have another one also in our school library. And why I interested in this topic of book? Because I am a mom, so I start to do decluttering of the things that I have, that we have as as a family and at home, like 3 months, every 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it started maybe before the pandemic, earliest like 2018 until now. We are having a habit on decluttering things, especially our clothes every 3 months. So it helped me and it helped my family to see because I have a daughter. So at least I can have a clear mind when it's time to change her clothes, something like that. I don't know if this kind of routine is part of the cleaning. I haven't read the book yet as well, so I'm very thankful for your book review so far. I think that's all. Is that cluttering things in our home is that one kind of Mr. Master said in that book?
Yes, I do believe that, you know, you have different forms of cleaning and a way that you can make that a form of meditation. Maybe it's not your daily meditation as you do it every 3 or 6 months, but you know, it symbolizes giving your life a restart, right? You prepare for the next 3 months by decluttering, and you make sure that you don't have too many things in your wardrobe. And I think it's definitely a form of meditation or a form of, yeah, cleaning that is gives you an opportunity to meditate on your life because you're taking the time to go through things that you don't need and to go through things that you need or perhaps gives you joy. I don't know if you've read the book by Marie Kondo.
Oh, Maricona, yes, that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, it's really interesting that the Japanese have this sort of relationship with cleaning that I think is interesting. They see it as quite a spiritual thing, and I think more people should see it as more of a spiritual thing because after reading this book and after speaking to Shoke, I appreciate cleaning so much more in terms of it improve being a form of an activity that could improve my life and improve me as a spiritual being. So I think cleaning is the symbol of us, you know, becoming more spiritual and better people, and also um just respecting our nature as well. So it's really interesting. Yeah. Um, yes, so thank you so much, Leah, for your insight and sharing with all of us our story. If there's anyone else who would like to share with them about the book, whether they've read it or not, or just tell me or tell us a little bit more about why you decided to join today.
Hi.
Hi, Veronica.
Uh, um, I I went to the festival last year and I met Shoke as well. And then
Oh,
I joined the sweeping session on the festival ground. That's
so you know
why
what I'm talking about.
but I haven't read the book yet. I just saw the preview of the podcast as well. I will look
Right.
in the uh
Cool.
so that's why I joined the session today.
Mm-hmm.
And just a few days ago, I just tidying up my books because I was in the middle of work and I was kind of feeling overwhelmed by it. And then I remember the session, the poster session, and then I thought to myself, maybe I can do cleaning in between work so that I won't feel as overwhelmed. And yeah, it did uh helps me to relax more because I focus on the cleaning stuff instead of my work.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes when we're stressed, we're too much in our heads. So we need to do something physical, and cleaning is a nice way to do it because as Showcase say, cleaning is never ending. You know, it's there's no end to it. It's endless. It's always going to be a task. It's continuous. It can feel overwhelming personally, but that's just the way life is. So I think it's important to keep going but have your environment tidy.
Yeah, I used to think that cleaning is a bit of a task for me.
Yes.
But when I talked to Shoke last year, he mentioned we do not seek perfection in cleaning because we will do it again and again. So just 80% is okay.
Yeah, a
I
little
think that's
bit is
my motto now.
yeah, I mean, like he told me to clean before sleeping and when I wake up, right? But I'm not going to like do a deep cleaning before I sleep. I'm gonna only tidy up my books or fold my clothes or even just preparing your clothes for the next day. I think that's a form of cleaning, and you can say quote unquote meditation, or just like preparing your mind for the next day or setting an intention. I think that's a nice way to put it. And yeah, so with Leah, for example, she does, let's say, more of a deep clean every 3 to 6 months. I think that's necessary to deep clean like once in 3 months, 6 months, or once a year, but every day. The daily cleaning that he mentions, I think it's more like smaller things that you have to do every day to maintain your peace in your home, in your environment, that would actually foster peace inside of your mind. If anyone else has any opinions or would like to share more about the book, or maybe why you're interested in reading the book, or why you want to join today's book club, just don't be shy to say hello.
Hello, guys. I think I want to add to the previous chat with Veronica about the deep cleaning and also the everyday cleaning. So I read in the book of Shoke that it's most recommended to do the cleaning early in the morning after we wake up, because we just wake up, our soul is still like pure, and the fresh air in the morning is the best way to wake someone's soul. So we can start by like making our bed, and then even before the sunrise. So it's preparing ourselves to go on through the day, and
Yeah.
it's not like kayak dilarang gitu, cuma kayak dia bilang after the sunset kayak kita baiknya tidak melakukan bersih-bersih lagi, karena kan all the little cleaning is already done, and like we can rest our body, our mind gitu. So yeah, uh I think that's something that I found interesting from the book, because with my current routine, sometimes like um, I still have to clean up a lot of stuff after work, right? And having that new perspective from Shoke about cleaning in the morning and like not really doing like cleaning before bed is something that I would like to try, I think.
Yeah, and thank you, Jasmine, for your wonderful insight. And if I could read a little bit of the introduction that is related to Shoke and cleaning, and cleaning the first thing as you wake up, I will just read a paragraph or two from the book, from the introduction. Okay, so I'm a Buddhist monk at Kommyoji Temple in Kamiyacho, Tokyo, Japan. I entered Kommyoji Temple in 2003, becoming a monk in the Jodo Shinsu Hongwanji sect. A monk's day begins with cleaning. We sweep the temple grounds and gardens and polish the main temple hall. We don't do this because it's dirty or messy. We do it to eliminate gloom in our hearts. When you visit a temple, you feel a blissful tension in the tranquil space. The gardens are well tended and spotless without a single leaf on the ground. Inside the main temple hall, you naturally sit tall and feel alert. These things serve to calm the mind. We sweep dust to remove our worldly desires. We scrub dirt to free ourselves of attachments. The time we spend carefully cleaning out every nook and cranny of the temple grounds is extremely fulfilling. We live simply and take time to contemplate the self, mindfully living each moment. It's not just monks who need to live this way. Everyone in today's busy world needs to do it. Life is a daily training ground, and we are each composed of the very actions we take in life. If you live carelessly, your mind will be soiled. But if you try to live consciously, it will slowly become pure again. If your heart is pure, the world looks brighter. If your world is bright, you can be kinder to others. The Zen sect of Buddhism is renowned for the cleaning practices of its monks, but cleaning is greatly valued in Japanese Buddhism in general as a way to cultivate the mind. In this book, I introduce everyday cleaning methods typically employed in the temples while sharing what it's like to be a monk in training. So I think that's such a beautiful introduction by Shoke about how your environment is just a reflection of your mind. The reason why when you go inside a temple, you feel tranquility is because they put the intention to clean the space so that when you come there, you also feel tranquil in your minds. And I think if you go into your homes or your house and you feel stress, it's just your environment reflecting on your mind and your mind reflecting on your environment. It's interconnected, as Shoke always says. So yeah, it's a great book to remind ourselves to be more responsible towards our environment and the people that are around us. And I think when we are, we take care of ourselves and our spirituality as well. So I think if anyone else wants to share, that would be amazing.
Yeah, maybe we can like go around like kayak satu-satu kali ya. Kayak we are wondering, since we're talking about like everyday cleaning and like adapting to like our everyday routine, how do you guys like clean? Like di antara kesibukan kalian, di jadwal kalian, what kind of practice that you guys do to adapt to like, keep
yeah,
it.
do I have to answer this question?
Well, everyone is welcome to answer.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think that's a great activity. I also wanted to share something, but I'll get back to it. But please, if you guys want to share like how you clean, your cleaning habits, or how that's related to mindfulness, that'll be amazing.
Making bed just right after wake up.
Yes,
Oh,
agree.
that's all.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. I'm
Hello.
Gostra.
Hi,
I, I
Gustav.
yeah, I didn't read the book yet. But yeah, I know a little bit about him, and I meet him also at during the festival. But I have like two questions for that. But before I wanna answer the Jasmine question, I before I work, when I open my laptop, I will clean my desktop. I just realized that now that that's my daily clean. So yeah, usually we do the capture thing, capture anything, and saving the image on the desktop. And yeah, before I start to work, I always cleaning the desktop first. But I just curious with the book because I didn't read yet the first. Maybe Lakshmi or everyone who already read the book. I just curious that how the writers decided to become a monk first. That's the first question. And what do you think about the connection between a clean physical space and peaceful mind? So like what's the connection? Maybe
Yeah.
or if you didn't read yet, maybe you can like answer with anyone. You can answer with your opinion.
I think
Mm.
for your first
Laksmi
question,
atau
how
Jasmine
does
juga boleh.
Showcase, ya.
Thank you.
Jadi pertanyaan yang pertama, bagaimana Showcase bisa menjadi Buddhist monk ya? Okay, that's a really good question that I also asked him during my podcast, so you can watch the podcast to find the answer. But no, we really discussed it in the podcast. I was also very curious about how one person can decide to be a monk, especially in today's world where we're so bombarded with a lot of options and um a lot of things basically. So to be a monk, you have to live very simple. And to be a monk, you also have to give up a lot of worldly desires and worldly apa namanya in Indonesian, it's can't think of the word, but you know, we get so attracted into so many things now that are not allowed to probably that you're not allowed to do as a monk. But basically, Shoke grew up with half of his family being a monk and half of his family being a businessman. And he actually went to university. He wanted to pursue business, but something in his life turned around and he decided to be a monk. And if you'd like to know more of the details, please watch the podcast. But I think it's quite interesting. One of the other things that he mentioned of why he made the decision to be a monk was because he always had these thoughts about death or anxiety about death. And he was always very like philosophical and he questioned a lot about life and he wanted to find answers. And from there, he, you know, made his journey, life journey of finding this answer and somehow became a monk. And your second question about how cleaning is related to clearing our mind, I think it's as simple as you said, you know, your habit that you just realized you've had is to clean your desktop. That's a physical act of cleaning and tidying up your desktop, but it's also a mental act of you preparing yourself, cleaning your mind and putting things in order to prepare yourself for work. I think that's just a simple connection and relation to why they're both interconnected. If anyone else has any opinions, please feel free to join before I open for question and answer, or actually let's continue to share our cleaning habits.
Siapa nih? Perhaps Kak Fitra or Kak Emi or Kak Nadia or Ganes. I think I know Ganes. Hi Ganes.
I think the ones that are without video probably might just want to listen. But I can see two people here with their videos that haven't spoken. So maybe Fitria. Hi. Would you like to share a little bit? Hi. Hello.
Okay. First, my name is actually Fitra, but
Oh,
you can,
Fitra, sorry. I'm so sorry.
yeah, Fitra is for women.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I
Well,
read.
actually, you can call me Tio because that's my name. Tio. See,
Tio, hi. It's you in
so,
the chat here, Tio. Yes.
well, actually, I haven't read the book yet, but my reason to join this book club is actually I've never joined any book club. Yeah, yeah,
I
because I was started my reading habits since last year. That's right. And like about cleaning, actually, I'm the type of person that don't like to clean every day, but like when I think that my bedroom is actually full and it's like very overwhelmed, I think that is the time I should do like tidying up my things in my bedroom because yeah, when apa ya kayak um, aku sering apa ya semena-mena sama barang gitu. Habis
yeah, yeah.
pulang dari kampus atau dari keluar gitu, baju langsung lempar sana sini. Tapi ketika di mana aku ngerasa apa ya mumet sama semua itu. Jadi um, the time I think that um, waktu di mana aku merasa mumet sama semua hal-hal yang sudah berserakan ini, that's my cleaning time gitu. Jadi setelah dari situ aku ngerasa kayak refresh lagi, ngerasa lebih fresh gitu. Karena abis dari situ pikiran langsung jadi terbuka, udah pengen coba hal-hal yang baru lagi dan apa ya, mulai sesuatu dengan lebih baik lagi gitu. Mungkin itu aja.
Nah, jadi memang benar-benar ada hubungannya ya sama lingkungan yang bersih dan pikiran yang tenang. Hi Vina, would you like to share also? Thank you Tio, thank you so much untuk sharing. Vina is maybe busy. By the way, so kalau kalian mau lebih tahu tentang bersih-bersih dan caranya Showcase Matsumoto bersih-bersih di sebagai Japanese Buddhist monk, bisa lihat buku ini, baca buku ini. Or maybe we can do a giveaway soon about this book. Oh, hi, Nadia has just joined us.
Hai.
Ya.
Saya
Ini
Fitur.
boleh nanya nggak satu?
Oh ya, boleh.
I just start to like searching and reminding what the book talk about, and I think Laksmi juga tadi bilang tentang minimalism ya. Ada bagian ya. Kalau dari bukunya, apakah si Soke itu juga nyuruh kita jadi minimalis? Apakah dengan habit cleaning ini kita harus minimalis atau enggak gitu? Penasaran aja sih. Karena kayaknya ini connect to minimalism juga nggak sih? Atau enggak sebenarnya? Karena penasaran sih. Jadi kalau baca bukunya, kalau udah dibilang minimalis kan saya nggak minimalism nih gitu, nggak pengadut minimalism gitu kan. Terus karena kan gitu. Terus ya ini aja penasaran aja gitu.
Yang pasti dia bahas beberapa hal tentang semua barang itu harus dikasih respect and semua item untuk bersih-bersih itu ada fungsinya and how we should respect it. So kita juga nggak boleh disrespect our clothes and just like buang seperti itu. Let me just go through my notes. Actually, one other thing I want to say itu kalau aku baca buku, aku biasanya bikin notes langsung. Jadi I remember what I read. One other thing that I was really fascinated by with Showcase is that dia ada satu page di bukunya, dia bahas tentang bagaimana kalau misalnya here when it's hot, it should be hot. When it's cold, it should be cold. I think that sweating as you clean while experiencing nature is a secret to a healthy body. I think it's just like related to minimalism in a way like we don't need too many things. Like kalau panas, kita jangan langsung like we have to buy an AC, we have to buy ice, you have to buy this or that. We just simply accept it because it's good for us and it's what nature intended. Of course, if it's really hot, you need to be careful about getting heat wave and like staying healthy. Tapi I think that's also related with like you need to focus on the essential things, you know, when it's cold, let it be a little bit cold because that's part of nature. Jadi jangan terlalu kayak cold, kita harus beli heater, beli ini, beli itu, you know what I mean? And the fact that we have to respect the items that we already have, I think also point out to how we shouldn't just like keep buying and purchasing. For sure, you know, being a monk, he only focuses and buys essentials that he needs. Karena kalau misalnya terlalu maximalist dan punya banyak item, you also have too much clutter. And that's where also decluttering, like what Leah says, is important. So I hope that that answers and that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does, but I can't find my notes and I'm pretty sure there's something more about minimalism in there.
Okay, thank you, Laksmi.
Tadi, okay, thank you, Gustra. Tadi, Nadia, what would you like to share with us?
First of all, I want to say thank you guys for making like the club. Thank you Laksmi for making the club. Jadi kayaknya aku ini klub buku kedua aku. Pertama Jakarta Book Club. Cuman membernya udah terlalu banyak, jadi aku jadi butuh yang lebih intimate. Terus aku juga suka baca-baca buku sebenarnya karena banyak banget buku yang belum dibaca tapinya. Dan buku ini kayaknya menarik banget. Aku pengen tahu juga antara hubungan cleaning sama mindfulness. Tapi kalau dipikir-pikir, kalau kita pikirin lagi, mindfulness buat membersihkan diri, membersihkan ruangan kita gitu kayak jadi prioritas terakhir ketika kita punya kesibukan-kesibukan gitu. Nah, apakah buku ini akan kayak ngasih apa ya? Mungkin apakah prioritas membersihkan ruangan atau membersihkan cleaning the room, cleaning ourselves itu gimana ya prioritasnya? Apakah diajarin juga di buku ini kayak gitu?
Right. I also wanted to share a little bit more about what we discussed in the podcast sama Showcase. Jadi dia bilang kita itu jadi manusia sekarang itu kita jadwalnya sangat padat. Dari pagi sampai malam kita bisa banyak sekali kegiatan aktivitas. Terus kita juga merasa stres, and because we feel stress, we want to do more meditation, or we want to do more exercise, or more this and that. But instead, katanya dia kalau misalnya emang sibuk dan emang kita harus kerja, ada prioritas masing-masing, itu kenapa, why don't we add or combine the task. Misalnya, makanya dia percaya kalau cleaning itu bisa jadi form of meditation. Kita tidak harus ngeluarin waktu 20 menit lagi untuk just meditate, diam di tempat, duduk meditasi. Tapi kita bisa nambahin 20 menit meditasi sekaligus cleaning. Karena itu dia percaya cleaning itu juga adalah form of meditation. So, kembali lagi ke kita gimana, apa yang kita prioritaskan untuk our not just career, our own well-being sama our own daily lives. Jadi kalau misalnya kita priority-nya kerja, maybe we can add something to our work routine or schedule that has like mungkin 5 minutes of meditation for balance for ourselves. Tapi kalau memang kita pengen lebih spiritual, lebih clean, we can allocate more time into just meditation or cleaning. I think tergantung our own priorities sih. He's just all about simplifying and minimalizing our time agar itu bisa bekerja untuk kita. Bukannya, so our time works for us, not like the other way around. Biar kita nggak sabotage ourselves too because we want to be better, but because we want too much or to be better, we like malah jadi lebih buruk. Malah jadi lebih stres, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
So if you don't have time or to read the book, or if you don't want to read the book, you can definitely listen to the podcast or a little bit parts of the podcast. Karena ada banyak gems in there yang menarik yang bisa mungkin kita coba implementasikan di our daily lives, because at the end of the day, you know, it's just an advice and it's just words until we practice it every day dan kita melihat the perbedaan, the difference it actually makes in our lives. So I hope it helps all of you guys. I hope the podcast is something that could help you in your life. I hope this book club is also meaningful and maybe a little bit fun for you today. Thank you so much. I think we're running a little bit out of time. But I'm hoping to do more of these book clubs, maybe once a month. And I also want to spill sedikit tentang our next book club. And so for the next month, we all know it's Valentine's Day, and we want to focus not just on love, but also self-love. And I would like to announce the nominations for our next book pick of the month in February for love, and we want to focus on self-love. So the two books are Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Adeltern or Conversations on Love by Natasha Lund. So I don't know if we can do a poll here somewhere or on Instagram, but those are the two nominations, the books that we want to read for next month, and we're going to have a book club again. I hope you guys can join again and maybe read also the book so we can discuss about the book and the writing and the stories, and also share our personal stories for next time. But yes, beyond that, I think today was a great session about cleaning, about spirituality and mindfulness. If you have any more questions, now is the time because we're wrapping it up. Yes, but if not, thank you so much for your participation and your for attending today's session, our very first ever live stream book club online. I hope to also do this offline, sorry, in the future. But in the meantime, please keep following Shelf Therapy on Instagram, follow our YouTube, listen to our podcast. We're also available on Spotify and Apple Music. And yeah, like, follow, subscribe, all those things. And yeah, thank you so much for today, guys. I really had a great time discussing the book and meeting you all. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, joining our first live stream book club. More info for the upcoming events and online community gathering will be up on our Instagram. And before we wrap up, can we take a group pictures?
Oh, yes.
Documentations. All right. Okay. Three.
Oh, wait.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. One more time. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I will be also sending you guys the feedback form. And please help us improve our community events and gathering for better shelf therapy. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Good afternoon.
Bye. Thank you.
Yuk.
Thank you, guys.